Anyway, I hope everybody is having a really good day or night or evening, wherever you're at in this great big world. I'm having a really good day so far. I made a burger in the air fryer, but I don't think I'm going to do that again. It did not turn out even remotely the same as when I cook it on stovetop. But now I know. Now I know you don't take shortcuts when it comes to that. So, duly noted. But anyway, the girls are sleeping, and the organization, yes, please, picked up another donation. That'll be going out to the Special Olympics. And next week, I'm happy to say I'm going to have another donation for them. So, they take office supplies, they take clothing, they take kitchenwares. Um, they just don't take food. And in a way, I wish they did, because if they did, oh boy, could I really stock them up. Um, but yeah, I wish they could take food, because I would have one heck of a donation for them. But I do have some office supplies for them this coming week or next week, and some more kitchen stuff and things that'll hopefully be a real use to people. And the driver that came this time has never been here. So he had to have the organization call me. Andrea, hey, honey. Um, I was talking about the organization, Yes Please. Now, this organization collects stuff for the Special Olympics, and they take clothing, kitchenwares, office supplies. They just don't take food, you know, things like that. But I'm going to have another donation ready for them next week. And the driver handed me this. Now, this is Summer. Hey, honey. I was talking about the organization Yes Please that I've been donating to for these past several weeks. So they take like clothes, kitchenware, um, things that office supplies. They just don't take food. I wish they did. I could have them a donation. But anyway, um, they gave me a bag to use for next time. And this is a big bag. Let me get the stapler out of it if I can right now. Let's see if I could. I may have to wait and have something to help me get it out of here. But anyway, this is a really big bag that they give you to put stuff in. And wait a minute, I think I'm going to get it out here. Okay. So anyway, I fill this great big bag up with stuff for them. And okay, I'll be in prayer, honey. We'll pray for your surgery, honey. I wish I lived closer to help. I know Summer would too. Or I could send the girls. um, but oh, look at this bag. I mean, it's Pick Up Please. I'm sorry, that's the name of the organization, Pick Up Please. But look at this big old. I mean, boy, oh boy. Um, so they're gonna. I'll fill it right back up. I'm gonna fill it right back up for them. Hello, hello. It is, and I will fill it up with more donations, Summer. It's our pleasure, Andrew. It is our pleasure. It is our pleasure. We love you and appreciate you, and I pray that the surgery goes well, and I pray that the doctors and nurses are guided. And I mean, I've had relatives have to have. I know, Summer. I mean, certain organizations don't come out like once a month, and they don't take like coats, or you know what I mean. But this place will take everything but food. Oh, honey, if they would accept food donations, I could hook them up, as they say. But I have some more clothing of mine that I no longer wear. And I have some kitchenwares. I have some office supplies. This bag will be full, and I just love to give. So um, it will be filled up next week. So I can't wait. Um, that is wonderful, Andrea. That is wonderful. You know, and I fully believe that when you help others, you too are blessed in return. You are absolutely blessed every time, you know. I've seen it way too many times to doubt it. But, y'all, there was a Keo premiere earlier. Um, oh yeah. I mean, I just love this because it helps me even, and it helps the organization. Because I'm getting rid of stuff I no longer need or use, and it helps the organization. But yes, honey, there was a premiere just now on the Keo channel. I was stunned. I was stunned. Renee had sent me a message. And hello, hello. Well, I'm not a grandma, but I'm old enough to be one. I'm old enough to be one. Um, but yes, it was a Keo premiere, and it was a cute video. Um, and and all that. Oh, I'm sorry, Andrea. I misread it. I'm not wearing my glasses, but yeah, I know a lot of people put off surgeries, until you can't. Um, but I pray everything goes well. I pray it all goes well, honey. Um, I know there's certain procedures I'm going to have some time that I'm not anxious to have, you know. um, so yeah. Well, I'm in America. I'm in the USA. Um, but so now I'm not sure. And Keel, the premiere was a little earlier than usual, but it was full in there, y'all. It was full in there. Steffi was in there. Ika, Eska, Glow. Um, oh gosh, there was Alice. Um, Linda. There were like a lot of people in there, and I was like, wow. Um, I didn't expect to see one today. I really didn't. There was not one this morning. And when Renee told me, I'm like, huh? There's a premiere. And so I sent Steffi a message to her email saying that there was going to be a premiere. But yeah, it was at 11:30 my time. Normally it comes on at about noon my time. Um, it was cute. It was cute. Keo and Boona was on top of the Roomba vacuum cleaner thing. And Keo got her stuffed animals. And she was riding with the animals. Um, I know, I know. I pray for those that are missing the La La premiere, because many of y'all have watched La La since day one. Now I remember when BB first met La La at the veterinary clinic, and she was very sick. I can't remember what was wrong with her, but she was a tiny little thing. And the treatment that poor little girl has endured recently, I just can't even. I'll go into a rant here in a minute, you know? Okay, she was premature born. But, sister, I will go into a rant. I will need to chain myself to the altar. I mean, it's just, how could you do that to her? How could anybody do that to her? How can anybody do that to her? I mean, the words, you know? Yeah, poor baby. I mean, she had a hard enough start in life. But The good Lord knows the score. The good Lord knows the score. And he will make it right, and he is making it right. Mark my words. He doesn't mess around, you know. Um, right, Andrea. But the good Lord knows. He knows what's going on, who's responsible, and every single one of them is to be held accountable. I mean, yes, I reported those videos over and over and over again. There's no excuse. There's no, and to do things for the clicks and the views. A lot of these channels do just that. I just don't know how people live with themselves doing that. And when they're put in dangerous situations, there is no excuse for that. Cameraman, put the camera down, help the little one, and then go back to recording. But oh no, we got to capture the moment. We got to capture the moment and then blame the little one for doing whatever that caused them to be in danger. Ah, y'all. Y'all. Yeah, the clickbait, that's what it is. And if I go on and on about how I truly feel about it, I will be in every confessional, every altar in town. Yeah. Exactly, Andrea. What could they do to a human then? If they're willing to put a little one in harm's way that has no control, they can't talk and say, hey, I'm not doing this. Oh. They better be glad that I'm not there. Oh my gosh. You know? Yes, exactly, Summer. How are they being treated off camera? Hmm? Are they being fed? Are they sleeping in beds or dirty cages? I can't even. I can't even. When I think about it, I get enraged. I mean, the fury that comes over me, they better be glad I'm not there. I mean, I just, I wish I had the power to go in there and take every single one of those little ones out of there and give them to and build a proper sanctuary. Build a proper sanctuary with a lot of room. Have vets on there, have vets at the facility 24/7. I mean, how are they being cared for, The treatment. I think if we, and the good Lord's going to reveal all that. And when he does, a lot of people are going to just be shocked, but not me. I won't be shocked. Right, Summer, right. They need to have a clean, humane sanctuary, you know. Let them be monkeys. Let them be monkeys. Let them be truly who they are. I mean, like I said, when I think about it, I get so riled up, because there's no excuse to treat them that way. Okay, honey. Thank you for hopping on, Andrea. Thank you, thank you. I'll be in prayer for your upcoming surgery, hon. Yeah. And oh, yeah, y'all. Also, this week, I'm ordering the Mary Kay lookbooks, and y'all should be getting it sometime next month for summer. Summer? You're going to get a summer lookbook. Yeah. Yes, I need to be around other monkeys, have freedom to explore outside. Right. There you go. There you go. I mean, it's just something else, you know. I pray that they get that chance and opportunity, you know, because they deserve humane surroundings, they deserve care, and not for somebody's financial gain. You know, not for somebody's financial gain, only to be treated horribly. I just, do I get riled up when I think about it. And we still have yet to see Lala, any more of Lala. We, you know, don't know for sure where she's at. I gotta see where my girl's at. Sometime when Lady's up and around and walking around, I gotta keep an eye on her because sometimes she gets into stuff she shouldn't be into. Um, but here in a minute, I'm gonna finish up some cleaning and chores and put this hair bag in the closet to be filled up for next week's pickup. And you know, I love, love, love to give. And like I said, it helps people and it helps me to rid my apartment of stuff that I no longer need and use. But yeah, not knowing is the hardest part. If people knew, if people knew they could help each other heal, they could, you know, pray together for strength and deal with it. But not knowing is the hardest part. That's the thing. People don't know what's happening and they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know what to do with their feelings because it's kind of like day by day, they're constantly checking to see if anything's new, if anything's happened. You know, but I believe that, let's say in a pretend world, because I do believe this part is pretend, if they were to bring back BB and surprise everybody, I think that would break the internet almost. Summer, I swear. I think that so many would be tuned in, it would probably crash. Because think about it, BB is a celebrity, Lala is a celebrity. So if they were to all come back together with the baby monkey, do you, it would break the internet because everybody would be telling everybody. I would tell you, or you would tell me, whoever found out first, we would be telling each other. Other people would be telling each other. It would spread like wildfire, honey. Even the people who said they would never be back would watch to find out why. You would not be able to keep people back. There may be a few that would not. Out of principle, you know, they're like, no, 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 you play with my emotions, I'm gone from here. That's it. But the majority of people would watch. And yes, I'm one of them. I'm one of them. Because I would want to know what happened. That's the thing. A lot of people would be tuning in. It would crash the internet. I guarantee you. If that was to happen, it would be, you know, it would crash the internet like you ain't never seen. So, but all we could do is pray. That's all we could do for those little ones, you know. Right, right. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. I would tune in to find out why, and then I'd be good, you know. And I just feel for the people that make Monkey World, as we call it, their sole source of interacting with others. Please, John, I need to get better about this myself. Get out when you can. Okay, get out when you can. Now, I can't get out all the time, but when I can, I'm going to. It matters not if it's to a local restaurant or, let's say, to the Dollar Tree I haven't been to yet that's near me in a shopping center. Um, but it's important to do that. It's important to do that. Get out and get some fresh air, people. Do not make Monkey World your sole source of happiness. Because I'm telling you, even though Keo came back today with a video, We don't know if she's going to be back. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, people, please do not make Monkey World your sole source of joy and entertainment and fulfillment in your life, because there is a world out there with people in it, okay? There's nothing wrong with watching the little monkeys if you want to do that. But don't make it your sole source of happiness, because we see what's going on. We see the writing on the walls. I mean, Lala has not been seen in days and days and days and days. We don't know if she's coming back. I would say that's a no. But, you people, please, I'm not talking to one specific person, I'm talking to many. There's a world out there. There is a world out there. Believe me, there is a world out there. Now, I don't drive, so I can't get out all the time, but you know what? When I can, I'm going to. Okay, thank you, honey. A week and a half. So there you go. But there's a Dollar Tree not too far from me that I'm going to go to sometime. And there's a Pizza Patron right next door to it. Now, I don't need a large pizza, but every now and then I don't think it would hurt me to have like a little personal pan, you know? I haven't had pizza in forever. So, unless there's a sale, because they have good sales on their pizza sometimes. If I have to get a larger size, I could just have a slice of it and freeze up the rest. You know, freeze up the rest. But going to the Dollar Tree, get some walking in, and just to see what's new, you know. But there's a world out there, y'all. There's a world out there. Do not stay cooped up. Don't be so harsh to, you know, I think a lot of people are hard on others. Like, they judge way too quickly. Like, oh, you're not in my league. You know the type. Well, I guarantee people like that would not make it in the local area of Preston Hollow. That's a part of Dallas that is elite. So if you think you're all that you just are so much above others, I invite you to visit Preston Hollow. People who live there are members of Dallas Country Club. Now, you can't just waltz in there. And you can't just join. First of all, the fees are more than what people make in a lifetime, if that. If you should be so fortunate to make that much. You have to have 2 recommendations from longtime members, and there's like a screening of sorts, because, we got to be bougie. But look it up, Preston Hollow, Dallas. Where do you think the Chanel boutique is? Yeah, you get the picture. Now, I forgot the name of the street. I think it's called Straight, Strait, AKA Billionaires Row, honey. You won't find a Dollar Tree over there. So you get the picture of what this part of town is like. And no, unfortunately, I'm not too far from it. They have their restaurants over there, and, yeah. But first of all, I don't like bougie restaurants, so you won't find this girl over there. I mean, they're the kind of places you go to that you get a big old plate and a little scoop of food. And people act like they're full when they leave. They eat when they get home. Does that make any sense to you? Excuse me, but when I'm hungry, honey, I tear into mine. Okay. Oh my gosh. And sometime, yes. So look up the Preston Hollow area of Dallas. So I unfortunately know people who do live there. Ugh. You know? And believe me, so if y'all think you're so much that and that you're so above everyone, try going there. Try going to the Dallas Country Club wearing a Louis Vuitton bag. If you want to be laughed at, and people have been laughed at for carrying Vuitton there. Birkin, at least a Birkin. Okay. Yeah. I'm telling you, a big old robot. That's what I'm talking about, honey. We'd have to go to Norma's Cafe. We'd have to go to Norma's Cafe for a good hearty meal. And Lord, yeah, a little bitty filet mignon. Ugh. And that, don't get me started on the people of Preston Hollow. Oh, and then we have University Park that's nearby. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, that's where SMU is located. Hello, University Park. Yeah. Exactly, Summer, because they are. Night. You know, if I'm gonna talk about that part of town, we'll be here all day. But yeah, University Park is where SMU is located. That's also a very, very nice part of town. But Preston Hollow, and then there's Highland Park that's near me. That used to be called the Bubble until the murder of Nancy Dillard Lyons by her good-for-nothing husband. Remember, she's the one that her husband murdered her by putting arsenic in her wine. That's what she was. So sweet, y'all. She was so kind, and she met that good-for-nothing at Harvard, I believe. She was, I think, taking architecture classes, and you know, on the night that he took her to Presbyterian Hospital, I think it was December of 97, I think, her family told the sheriff who did it. They told the sheriff who did it. It was her good-for-nothing husband, and they made a movie about it with Richard Thomas. John Boy Walton portrayed Richard Lyons. Like, drop that mic. John Boy, drop the mic. He delivered. He delivered, because those of y'all that has never had the misfortune of encountering the scumbag Lyons, he was all about being part of society. Being part of society. Anybody who's ever met him, that's what mattered to him. The only thing. Now, he wanted to divorce Nancy, and they had twin girls, okay? He wanted to divorce her, but he didn't want to lose the address or the prestige that came with being her husband. He didn't want to lose out on the money. Well, how's that working for you, Richard? Oh, yeah. I think he's still in the pokey. Good. Personally, I think he should have got the death penalty. Personally, I think he should have got it. And if people want to judge me for that, go ahead. What he did to her, you're slowly watching the person that you took vows to, that you cheated on. You slowly murdered her and watched her die. You did that. You know, he did that. But I got news for him. When his time comes, there's another judge that's going to be waiting on him. There's another one, so he ain't got by with nothing. You know, but he was a character. He was a character. And he only cared about prestige. He wanted everybody to know who he was married to. And it took no time for him to actually be... Everybody knew. Everybody knew. But she kept wanting to keep her marriage together for the kids. And she couldn't take his philandering no more. He was seeing a psychiatrist. Well, not for mental health, obviously, but you know what I mean. You know, people like him deserve the death penalty because he has a dark soul. He has a dark soul. And there's a special place in hell just for him. Because he watched his wife slowly die. He was doing it to her. He was doing it to her. And unless he has salvation, you can't buy your way into heaven. You cannot buy your way into heaven. There is a way to get into heaven, yes. But you have to truly, truly, truly give your heart to the Lord. Give your heart. And come clean what you did, you know. He has never taken responsibility for what he did. He didn't do it. And he will always say that he's innocent. So good luck with that, Richard. Good luck with that. He needs to get himself right with the Lord, and that means admitting to doing what he did. But everything from what I've heard so far, he's never admitted to it. And why he has the scores of women writing to him in prison, I'll never know. I mean, good grief, people. See, this is one of the reasons why I don't date. And I'm serious, because there are far, far, far too many deceivers and really good actors and actresses out there. You know, if you're a guy that, you know, there's great actors and actresses out there, and they will have you fooled so much so you're doubting your own mind. I am very, very happy with my life. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. No. I have my hobbies. I have my interest. You know, I try to get everything I can out of a day and squeeze it out. And that's for sure. You know, life is too short. Life is too short not to be happy. And you know, later today I'm going to be watching church services in about 5 hours. 5 hours, give or take. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to go for now and do a few things around here and put this bag in the closet and start filling it up for next week. And oh yeah, I got to make an appointment or sorts to get my stuff picked up. So anyway, y'all, have a blessed day. Thank you so much for hopping on. Love and appreciate you. God bless y'all. And I'll see you in the next one, honey. Bye-bye. See you later, sis. Love you. Love you, sis. And thank you so much for hopping on.